Hi, I'm Dave, and this is Quick Picks, and you're watching the third video in a series I put together dedicated to helping you take really great detailed product photos using just your smartphone. Yes, friends, it can be done. Now, in the first video, I just talked a little bit about me, why I'm doing all this stuff. In the second video, I showed you exactly how to set up your smartphone so it can take these great shots, and in this video, I'm going to use a light box so you can create that infinite white look that Amazon loves so much. It's also great for putting on eBay and Etsy, sites like that. I worked in the automotive industry for a long time, and one of their industry standards was making sure that the background was pure white without even shadows. So if you got any of those things happening, this is the video for you. So, without further ado, let's check it out. Okay, let's start here just checking out the lightbox itself. Now, this is going to kind of feel like a review video for this particular lightbox. That's not the goal here. The goal here is to just show you what all the lightbox can do when it comes to your photos. So I'm going to show you this one. I'll have a link to it in the video description so you can pick it up if this is the one you decide to go with. But really, it's just so you know what some of the options are. So right here, we've got a piece of plastic just going on in the back that's white, which is really cool. That's usually what you're going to want for those infinite white shots. And we've got a little Hot Wheels car that my niece gave me because she knows Uncle David likes the color red. So we've also got a diffuser that this came with. And what you would do with that is put it up in that spot, because what's going to go on is when I hit the button, those lights all turn on and it gets really bright. So it would shine on the car and really make it bright, which isn't a big deal for a car, honestly. So I'll probably just leave it off. But for other things, you don't want really harsh light hitting a lot of stuff most of the time. So you'd probably want to use that diffuser. Then we've got these pieces you can put against the sides. You just play with these pieces. I'm not going to sit here and tell you why you would use one. Just play, figure out what you like. Right now you can see they've got kind of a silver setup going on the sides of this particular light box, but here we can put white on the side, or we can flip it over and put more of an aluminum type color on the side. So choose your own adventure, enjoy, just have fun with it. And now we've got black ones as well. By the way, it's very intentional that I'm doing this in a home because I want to show you that you can really set this stuff up anywhere, especially if you're a small business and space is limited. So now we've got other colors here. I had that white backdrop. We've got a black backdrop, green, red, blue, and yellow. So no big deal, but those are kind of the features of the whole thing, what all it comes with. And then if I turn it on, you'll see just kind of how bright this is. So it got pretty bright there. You can see those are the lights up top that work out, and they totally hit that. They also bounce off the sides to reflect onto the car. You'll see this here. This is how you make it brighter, which is already really bright. So here you just make it softer by using this down arrow. You make it brighter by using the up arrow. Generally, if you're going to try for those infinite white shots that Amazon and all those other places love so much, you'll want it pretty bright. So, with that, let's get this thing set up so you know what's going on, and we'll take a picture. Okay, you can see right here that I left the diffuser off. Just left all those lights going on up there. I made this side a little silvery. I flipped it to that side, and I left this one white. It just was giving me a better look on the car, I believe. So if we zoom in on the car right now, you can see there's quite a bit of white going on. We're doing pretty well. Now, other stuff that's going to be done to the photo itself will happen after. I'll work on it when I'm editing the photo, and I'll make sure to show you guys how that works. And then in the next video, I'll be showing you all kinds of stuff when it comes to editing photos to try and get just that perfect look that you're after. But I wanted to show you one more thing, something that I think is invaluable, and that is a tripod. Whoa, that got bright in a hurry. This is just a little tripod that I use. It's nothing fancy. It stays quite a bit away from the image itself, because if we get too close, the portrait settings that I had you use in the last video aren't going to work. So you keep it back. It also, what it does is, because it's further back, it feels like it allows more light in, which again is what you want when it comes to getting those infinite white looks. So we pull it back a little bit for those two reasons. Now, I don't have really a standard rule for keeping it back. This is just kind of where you're going to play. I have a really small object up there. That's just Hot Wheels size. And it's back here. So for you, if you have a larger thing, you might need to go a little further back. You'll probably need a larger light box. But you'll want to go further back. You'll want to push the light box back a little bit. Bring the tripod a little further away. And that'll allow more light in. So you should be able to take a better photo doing it that way. So, what I'm going to do now is just plug this into the tripod, and the next screen will be just me showing you real quick how to adjust the exposure to try and get rid of some of that extra shadow. Okay, you can see my lovely cell phone screen here. Make sure and tap your screen so you focus in on what you want to focus in on. We're good there. Now, the light's going to look weird here in a minute. Your phone will just pick that up. Don't worry about it. It's kind of strange. What we're going to do next is we're going to hit the triangle up in the upper middle that calls down the menu. Don't worry about natural light again, but we're in exposure and we're dragging to the right to make it good and bright. Now that's as bright as we can get with exposure here. We're still not really blowing out the car, so I think we're good with that. And now, prepare to snap the pic. Bam! Right, we got the pic good and snapped. Now you'll see that it says move further away on the screen. We already have everything set up. The car looks in focus. It looks good. Normally when it says move further away, it's a call because they're thinking that things are going to show up way too blurry. So you would hit the 3X in the bottom left and it would zoom out, which is okay because you'd still get a really clear shot. You'd just have to zoom back in after you take the photo so you could make the changes. So we're not going to worry about move further away in this one. But if you see that show up, you'll know that you need to click that 3X and make it go back, and then you can just zoom in and do all the same stuff that we're doing now. It's looking good, but there's plenty that still needs to be done. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the menu, call it back up, and we're going to edit, and then we're going to adjust the exposure again. It's the plus and minus circle there. So now we're just going to drag to the right until we get a nice white background that Amazon and probably even your database loves, without washing out the car, of course. So now we're looking pretty good. I kind of like this. I think this is going pretty well. Now for your stuff, you'll just have to play, but next, we're going to make it a square. So you hit the little crop button, and now you see the button in the upper right. It's about to turn yellow because I'm going to press it. Right there. And now go back and hit square on the bottom. You'll see it turned into a square. Now all you'll do is you will drag the corners so that the square stays intact. And you're making sure that you're fitting your object in that square so it looks really good, looks nice. Now just mess with it a little bit on your phone screen to get it positioned where you'd like it to be. And you hit done, and you got it. Look at that. Woo! Just doubling up, checking out, making sure everything looks white, and we are good to go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. It really is that easy to use a light box to get those infinite white backgrounds that so many product images so desperately need. Now, I'll be sure to put a link to the light box I used in today's video in the video description below, so you can click on that, pick up this light box if this is the one that you need. I'll also be linking several larger and smaller light boxes. Remember, you want a light box that's larger than the product you're shooting by probably at least 2 times. So if you have something that is 6 inches wide or 6 inches tall, you want something that's at least 12 inches wide or 12 inches tall. So think about it in terms of that, because you want to make sure that you're able to take a shot and just be able to edit it real quickly. And if you have too much stuff going on in the background, that's going to make it difficult. I'll also be putting down there adapters and things that you can use with USB ports, because this light box itself is powered using a USB connection. So check those out as well. Now, remember that I'm able to help out 20 people a month when it comes to your photos. So these videos will help you learn how to take the pictures, but if you have hundreds or even thousands of photos that you need edited and you just don't have the time, that's where you get a hold of me at dave@quickpics.com. Now with that said, if this is your first video checking this stuff out, man, this is feeling long-winded. The previous video, I talked about how to set up your camera on your phone so you can take this kind of shot, and in the next video, I'll be showing you all the different things you can do with the shot after you shoot it. So, check out the previous, or get ready to check out the next, and until then, I'll see you next time. Have fun.